Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 25th to October 1st. This is for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, and if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Gemini. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Gemini, I want you to get really excited about this week, but you might not. And that's because of Mars, and we're going to talk about that in a second. The reason why I want you to get excited, first of all, this is the week of the full moon in Aries. It is a big full moon in Aries. It is a super moon. I want you to go outside. I always say this all the time. These big super moons, when they're orbiting close to Earth, it's beautiful. Go see it. They're very inspiring, okay? They're very inspiring, so go take a look. Now, what's going to happen? There's a lot that's going to happen. And we're going to talk, and I'm going to do pull a bunch of clarifiers because it is more of a full moon in Aries reading. The reason why I said I want you to get excited is because of what's happening before and after the full moon. Now, on the 25th, on Monday, Mercury is trining Jupiter. This is the second time it happened, September 4th. So this is the second time it's happening this month. We're so lucky. This is really great. Great day for business deals, being very socially active, being really clear and communicating the things that you want. Mercury, as you know, is your ruling planet. So that's why I want you to get very excited. Now, what's happening on the 30th is Mercury is trining Uranus. So again, this is more of just like creativity overload, like a lot of you just feeling in your element, thinking about new things, curious about new things. But with these trines, especially, and both of them actually, the first one on the 25th, sorry about that, that's supposed to be off. On the 25th, Mercury trining Jupiter, this is when you could hear good news, okay? Remember, Jupiter, all about good fortune, prosperity, good luck, wisdom, all of that. Now, on the 30th, Mercury trining Uranus. Uranus, a planet of innovation, breakthroughs, but also the unexpected, so you could hear surprising news this day. Now, this will affect you a little bit more than the other signs, okay? Because Mercury is your ruling planet, all right? So I absolutely love this for you. I want you to know a lot of it also maybe intuitively. You may be getting a lot of intuitive downloads. And there's been a lot going on for Geminis and Gemini risings, like just through just being in this headspace. It's almost like you want to have so much fun. Mars is in Libra. Mars is basically conjuncting the south. Well, it is, the south node, and we'll talk about that more in October because October 4th is like boom, so. This is happening on the full moon in Aries. Mars is the ruling planet for Aries. So when I say this is a big full moon, this is a big full moon. Full moons traditionally bring conclusions to the end to things. So there's a sense of something that's been really draining for you, where you're just like, bye-bye, bye-bye-bye. In sync style, sayonara, get out of here, right? There is an end, okay? It's almost like a purging, okay? And again, it is it kind of like it feels really heavy. There is almost like Mars. Remember, if you saw my September forecast, Mars with his water gun at your I love dry sand party, like really just trying to like mess up all the fun that you're trying to have, okay? But also with the fact that there's all this activity in Jupiter, in Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, and then on the same day, on the 29th, Venus is squaring Uranus, okay? And so Venus is the ruling planet for Libra and Taurus. So you see there's a lot of activity happening in Taurus, which is your 12th house of the subconscious. Hidden enemies, facing your fears, a lot of self-sabotage energy, even not believing you're good enough to do something. We're letting all this go now, okay, Gemini? We're letting all this go. We're entering this new space, okay? And if you haven't let some of these things go, things that you know are not good for you, things that you just want out of your life so you can make room for all these new things, just wait. October, we have eclipse season, okay? Really, really, when I say, and the first eclipse is in Libra, all right? So we're talking, come on, letting things go that are really hard on you or challenging so you can have a lot more fun. All right. A lot of y'all are thinking about work. A lot of y'all are thinking about career as well. But the news that you may receive with Mercury being in Virgo actually this week is it could be very, very family related, home related too. Maybe you have moved. Maybe you're thinking about a new home. Maybe you just bought a new home. Maybe you just moved. Maybe you just got a new roommate. Or there could be some activity with your children. Maybe there's even your parents. Think your domestic sector, your relationships, your partnerships. So that's the great thing for y'all this week as well. So there's a lot of letting things go, but there's also a lot of like receiving good news this week for y'all. Okay, so just remember that's the 25th Mercury trining Jupiter, and then the 30th Mercury trining Uranus. All right, so keep that in mind. I feel like that was all that I have to say. Sorry. There's a couple other things I was going to say, but I'm going to wait until actually October. But listen, it's all about this full moon in Aries. And like I said, going to pull a lot more clarifiers this time around. So let's go ahead and get started, Gemini. Sorry for that pause. I went off into my headspace, but and I am a Gemini rising. So that's literally what's happening with all Geminis. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started, Gemini. Let's see what's going on for you for September 25th to October 1st, the week of the full moon in Aries. All right, and if you want to read for your moon and your Venus, you're absolutely welcome to. They're both very active, obviously, with the full moon in Aries, and then Venus is very active this week. And Venus, as you know, is finally waking up. Venus is finally waking up. Will pretty much station direct next month, but still really, really getting there now, okay? Because remember, Venus has been retrograde and is in its shadow period. So, but I do love that Mars and Venus will they are kind of doing this tango, around the full moon in Aries. So there also could be honestly, a lot of activity and movement in partnerships, okay, and love. But let's go ahead and get started, Gemini. Let's see what's going on for you for September 25th to October 1st, Gemini. Like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. It really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Gemini, you're amazing. Thanks so much for being here, y'all. I can't believe we're in October. Can you believe that? And I want you to know, I mentioned it briefly in another sign. There is, if there's any time for you, it's all about setting goals right now, right? This is balancing your kayak. This is finding that balance in your life. But if there is a target goal, it should be around April. I'm just giving you a heads up now, okay? Just trust me on this, okay? April 2024, okay? End of April into May, all right? And then May, it's a big year. Jupiter moving into your sign. So everything that you're going through now, just wait until, and I know it sounds far away, but what did I just say? Can you believe it's October? I feel like it was just January yesterday. This year's flown by. Anyway, Gemini, let's get started with your reading. Let me pull this up a little bit closer and just really make sure the volume is off here. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So, Gemini, looking at what's going on for you. You're actually good. You just have a lot going on. Up here. Okay. A lot going on up here. There's a lot that you're taking on. I have a sense that you are, a lot of Geminis are actually distracting yourself from things that you actually need to focus on. Okay. Don't do that. Okay, now let's go ahead and get started. You did get the Knight of Swords. I love the fact that you did get the Knight of Swords. This is you. I love that you did get the Knight of Swords because it has come up in a lot of your readings. Now, the Knight of Swords is, and I say it's you because it is attributed to Gemini. Knights are fire, and swords are air. Okay, I'm sorry. Knights are mutable. They are fire. They're mutable, and then swords are air, and you're the mutable air sign. So Gemini here, this is being bold, courageous. The swords are all about the mental suit, intellect, logic, communication as well. And you are the native ruler of the third house of communication. This is perfect. This is you just finally getting into this headspace. We're just like, okay, I know I got to just like get out of this old headspace and move forward. And a lot of y'all have. So, I mean, this came up in your past. So think about, it depends on what day you actually watch this reading as well. But there is this like being bold, being courageous now, really going after the things that you want. Really, really like, nothing can stop me now energy. Like, you really got this. You're just blazing forward, especially up here. Remember, getting out of that headspace where, listen, we're still in retrograde season, okay? That's the thing is, all the outer planets are retrograde, so we don't have the support from those planets, but also, Mars and Venus, which have gone direct, are in their shadow periods, so they're like a little bit like groggy still. So it really is a time for, if you feel like things are not happening fast enough for you in your physical reality in your physical world, don't let that slow down what's going on up here. Okay, really set your intentions, really stay like laser focused on your purpose and your goals and your path to enlightenment, everything that you want for yourself. Now, you did get Judgment in the heart of your spread, so I absolutely love this for you. You were coming into a place where this is a card where it really is all about having this major, major, major spiritual awakening. And so this is what you will have this week, with the full moon in Aries, okay? It is a very good time for that. It's a very good time to have that. Now, Aries rules, it's your 11th house. Okay, so we're talking about having, when I say this spiritual awakening, really being in touch with your intuitive side, really having this understanding, if you want to call it like an aha moment, that light bulb moment goes off, where you go within and you have this intuitive moment like, this is what I need to release. This is what I want moving forward. I know it's almost like if you feel like that you've been walking through quicksand, right? That tar pit energy. It's like, now I'm coming after the Knight of Swords. Now I know what I want. Now I know what I'm going to do to get it. I'm going to start journaling as well. I'm going to do all these other things to really help me stay focused and to really prove to the universe that I'm ready. I'm ready to get out of this tar pit energy once the planets start going direct, and they will month by month. Okay, you're going to put all that energy out there. Everything is made of energy. You're made of energy, and this is also a lot of healing here in this card as well. You can see Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet, and you see the dead arising. Dead in tarot, or they're gray, and the gray in tarot is wisdom, and so it's like, hearing that blow of the trumpet, right? Having that spiritual awakening, having that like reckoning, like it really, really wakes you up. It's almost like if you feel that you've been in an autopilot, if you feel like things have been slow this week, it's like you have that moment, okay? It's almost like, remember how I said earlier, like kind of like draining energy? It's like, you know what? I need to let that go. I need to just move forward, okay? I need to just snap out of it, find that energy, reach a high level of it. Now, this is really, I absolutely actually love your spread. It's just like, there's a lot of heaviness to it. And that is Mars in Libra right now, okay? And Mars in Libra is with the full moon in Aries this week as well. That is your 11th house of your hopes and wishes, okay? So it really is almost like it feels like it's hard to get to the hopes and dreams and goals that you have for yourself. But again, hang in there. And especially like with your spread, this is saying the same thing. You did get the Nine of Cups, but you got the Nine of Cups in your challenge area this week. There could be something that you wanted that you are not getting. And it could be like something like if you are career hunting, or if you are, is that the job hunting? Sorry, job hunting. It's almost like you don't get the job, all right? Or if you are looking for a house, you don't get the bid. Or if you are looking for, if you are swiping right, if you're looking for a relationship, like it feels like no one's like hitting you back. Don't let that like disturb you, or don't let that or not disturb you, but disturb you from continuing. Okay, I haven't even gotten to your future yet. You're going to be fine, you're going to be good. Okay, but this is with a Nine of Cups. It's a card of like the wish coming true. Okay, there is a sense of you could again get in your head if that happens and really feel defeated, but you don't want to sink into that energy, that low frequency energy, that draining energy. Now, the other message that's coming through for some Geminis, you will get the thing that you want. You're gonna love it. Okay, you're gonna love it. But it's almost like there's going to, but don't let it get to like your head is the main message. Like if something does come through, it is like don't go running down the street with like confetti cans and screaming, whatever. I mean, do you, Gemini, you do you, but it's almost like don't be showy. Don't be showy, okay? Because a lot of, like I said, with Mercury trining Jupiter and Mercury trining Uranus this week, y'all could get really, really good news, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, here's what's really coming up strong is the fact that you got the Ten of Wands and the 10 of and the 9 of Wands in the root of your spread. So 10 of Wands in your crown, 9 of Wands in the root of your spread. You are it's almost like there's so much going on up here, okay? And that's what I was talking about earlier. The energy I was getting, a message I was getting, was a lot of like distraction energy. It's almost like you're distracting yourself from seeing clearly, from seeing the big picture too. And there could have been some things that have happened that are putting you in this distraction mode. Maybe you're working a lot more, so you don't have to face this one thing that may be happening at home, or or the opposite, something happening at home, and so or at work, so you're spending a lot more time at home and reading magazines like Vogue, whatever you do, instead of focusing on the things that you have to at work. But either way, it's like you were so ready for something to come to an end anyway, okay? So if you are distracting yourself, face the things that you have to face and don't take on too much, because when you distract yourself, secretly it's almost like a burden, right? It's a second burden that comes through because you're doing it, right? So keep that in mind. If you feel that is something that you catch yourself doing this week, don't feel that way. Secondly, some of y'all know that you've been working really hard. Some of y'all know that you've been taking on a lot of responsibilities, and some of y'all may be also doing that this week. Don't overburden yourself. Don't burn out, okay? There is a tendency with Mars, again, being very, very aggressive in a sign that he does not like being in Libra, your BFF, fellow air sign here, where it can be a little, again, like exhausting and draining. And for some of y'all, it's almost like you're at that point where just like, okay, this is what's happening now. What's happening? Like, or why is nothing happening or whatnot, but hang in there. This is a card of resilience, so it seems like a lot of y'all will. This is a card where you see him. It's all about that perseverance. He's gone through it. He's got gauze on his head. Life has really thrown him a lot of curveballs, but he's still standing. And you know what? Not only is he still standing, he's saying, come at me. I can take it all day. You're not going to take away my passions. You're not going to take away everything that I've worked hard for. You're not going to get in my way of my path to enlightenment. There's true resilience here. So a lot of y'all this week will have this moment of, it's almost like this moment of clarity, but a lot of like, again, more of like an awakening, more of like, okay, I see what's happening here. This full moon, this big, brilliant, beautiful supermoon is illuminating the things in my life that I know that I have to let go, the things that I know that I have to stop doing, the things that even like if I'm distracting myself from things I have to face, I'm going to face them now. Okay. Now, the other thing is there may be for some of y'all things that just naturally happen that way, that just naturally will come to an end. Okay, it's almost like you may have outgrown things, but again, a lot of it will be with that draining energy. Like it could be a friendship. Again, remember Mars or Aries in your 11th house, which does rule friends, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to as well. But you remember Mars is in Libra in your 5th house of pleasure, of fun, of love, of romance. So there could be a lot of activity around that, creativity as well, okay? And the way that you express yourself, there could be something where you feel like, okay, this is not how I want to be seen. This is not the relationship I want to be in. This is not bringing me any pleasure. It's time to let this go, to let all this new stuff in. And when you let all those things go, you got the King of Wands in your future. And so this is absolutely amazing. He is, if you are here for career, by the way, he is the entrepreneur, okay? And he's not sitting in this throne from succession, okay? It's not lineage. He worked his way up. He worked his way up to sit in this throne. This is a king that's very influential. He's very inspiring. People look up to this king. You're going to be sitting in this throne as long as you have that moment of clarity, that spiritual awakening, that aha moment. I need to release this to let this come through, okay? And if things that I've wanted haven't come through, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going because I see what's in my future, all right? And you're absolutely going to be fine. The King of Wands is very transformative, by the way. And like I said, I am pulling some clarifiers here. Yeah. There is very interesting. You did get the King of Wands, you got the Three of Swords, and then you got the Emperor. So, with a week like this, with full moon in Aries in your 5th house, like, whoo. Well, I'm sorry, in your 11th house, but this is really interesting. I'm going to show you something here. There's going to be something ending for sure. You got the card where it is like we call it the heartbreak card, but it's really more asking you to have that spiritual awareness, especially coming after the Knight of Swords. Remember, the Knight of Swords, the mental suit, all about up here. You're ready to move forward, right? Now, following that, you have Judgment in the heart of your spread, okay? That's that spiritual awakening. That's hearing the blow of the trumpet. That's raising your energy levels. That's also healing, right? Now, Three of Swords coming after the King of Wands, all right? So there could have, and flanked by the Emperor, who's equally powerful and ruled by Aries. So this full moon in Aries, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be very, very powerful for you. And there is going to be a sense of something that you let go, something that you release, something that may be hard for you to do, okay? It could be really hard. Now, even though it's the heartbreak card, look, it's still the sword suit. So, the mental suit up here. And so, really have that heart-mind connection, okay? Really have that heart-mind connection. When you have that heart-mind connection, you bring in spirit, okay? So mind, body, spirit is what we're talking about here. This is very interesting because in your in your future, you go from the King of Wands, Three of Swords, to the Emperor. The Emperor is the ruler, not only the ruler of his own kingdom, of his world, the ruler of his destiny, okay? It's all about power. It's all about authority here. This is, and again, he is ruled by Aries. You can even see the symbol of the ram in his throne, okay? And again, a lot of y'all may feel that with, there could be some new organization you join, a new group you join, a new role that you get that is very powerful, but there is going to be a sense of something that has an emotional impact on you that you've had to let go, or that you're going to release, or like I said earlier, something will happen where it's something that is leaving you, okay? But you're just going to be empowered from it. You're going to be completely empowered. And it's almost like you're taking, you're taking control of your destiny now. All right. I said earlier, it's all about power and authority here. This is mastery of self, but really, think about that authority that the emperor has, right? This is, not only wisdom, passion, power. He's got the world in his hands, but you see he's got where he's wearing armor. He's fully protected. He's ready to defend his kingdom, everything that he rules. But again, the key takeaway is that authority. And actually, if you wanted to trace that back to its etymological root, authority comes from autorite, author. Be the author of your own story. It looks like you will be. You have to let something go. Something's got to go. Something's got to go. It's going to unburden you. Okay, Gemini? Let it go. All right? Now, let's get to your stuff. And it will feel like a purge, like a good purge, okay? And remember, full moons, we're kicking off, we're ending a cycle, kicking off a new cycle. So you're moving into a different area. Your life is changed. We're moving into eclipse season. I know that was like 13 sentences in one sentence, but anyway, Gemini, thanks so much for, if you are, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I'm forgetting my lines already. I am filming this at the tail end of Mercury retrograde. So blah, 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 blah. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I would not be here without you, so I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. Now, Gemini, you're good. Okay, here's the thing. You've been going through it. You've been going through this sludgy moment. I'm not gonna lie, everyone has with the retrogrades, but for y'all, with the fact that just with the placement, Saturn and Pisces in your 10th house. It's like career, a lot of seriousness in career, a lot of like Saturn's making you work hard in that area. Career, public recognition, achievements, honors, all of that. You have to remember that, okay? But you also have to remember that Jupiter and Taurus and Uranus and Taurus in your 12th house, your subconscious. That has not been easy either. But again, remember I said in the September forecast, the last 2 weeks of September, a lot better than the first 2 weeks. So, you're good. You're good. You got the 8 of Cups. So you do want to move forward. It's clear as day. There's something you want. You know something's better for you. And if you don't know that yet, you will. This week, you will have an understanding. Again, that full moon is going to illuminate that for you, okay? Now, here, this card, two very interesting things. Remember how I just talked about Saturn and Pisces in your 10th house? This card is ruled and attributed to Saturn and Pisces. Secondly, you got an eclipse happening here. So I said we're leading up to that eclipse. And remember what I said, this full moon in Aries, it's not an eclipse, but it feels like one. It has the feeling of an eclipse. It's very game-changing, okay? Very game-changing, all right? So keep that in mind. There's a sense of you having to end. There's something that's got to end. you're going to know what it is once you tap into your intuition. A lot of y'all already know what it is, okay? Because it seems like you're just, you need to have a little bit more fun and love and romance and, you know, get back into Gemini mode, being just that creative, expressive person that you are. But it's all about moving forward, and it looks like what you want. And you got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? In your external factors area. So remember how I said earlier that out of all the signs, you know, Mercury, your ruling planet, will be trining Jupiter, will be trining Uranus. There's going to be a lot of good news, a lot of positive aspects with these aspects. Good news, surprising news, but you just got the card of good luck, good fortune, prosperity in your external factors area. So it looks like you have a lot of luck coming this week, okay? I mean, come on. This card is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, prosperity. There's a sense of something new here as well. I'm picking up on. There is like a newness again with this full moon is there. You're going to be in a completely different place by the end of next month, okay? Remember these full moons, they carry a lot of energy, okay? So the peak will be on the 29th, but you will feel it for weeks. All right. But you got the Wheel of Fortune right next to the Emperor. Oh, my goodness. Like, in your external factors area. I mean, this is really, truly a big deal. This is a game-changing card. All right. So, especially with the new beginning that I was talking about, I mean, there's so much happening in this card that you see the four elements of Mercury, sulfur, salt, air. I mean, it's the foundations of the building blocks of life, right? 10 is the end, new beginning. That comes with this card. There's some luck coming through to bring you this new beginning. Okay. You even see the four fixed signs in the corners of the wheel here that brings that stability. But remember, this card is like highly attuned to karma. A lot of karmic energy. Think of karma. Karma is not static. It's constantly evolving. So work with your karma as well. All right. Work with your karma. Now, the thing that I was going to say about this newness that's happening, well, here with the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, it is 10. 10 is the end. 10 equals 1. New beginning. So there's some sort of luck bringing this new beginning. But remember, we started off with a Knight of Swords, which is pretty crazy. That one thing that I'm going to point out, well, he does have the feather of truth. Like in his, you see that feather, the red feather in his cap. Same one as the Fool. Okay? Starting your full story. It's like there's this newness. Now, you did get the 8 of Wands. It seems like all you want to do is just get out of this quicksand. There is this sense of you wanting to move forward in a big way, being in a place where you feel a lot more empowered, like things are happening for you, okay? And they will. There's something you're going to have to let go. It's something that may just, you will feel that is going to be released as well. And it may not be easy for you, but in the end, it's going to empower you. Now, you got the 3 of Wands. And so when I talk about this newness, this is all about the new. This card is attributed to Sun and Aries, by the way. And so it's exalted. And so this card is all about change. I always call this the green light card. It's the go, go, go. It's like the birth of something new. 3 is the birth of something new. It's all about creation. It's also about growth and advancement. I mean, think about like if you lived in the 14th century when like tarot came out. They didn't have iPhones. They didn't have like Hulu, Netflix. They didn't have any of that. Okay. They did not have, Chat GPT. They had villages. And so you can see leaving your village. He's wanting to leave his village. That's what he's doing. That's a big deal. Leaving your village is a big deal, okay? Because it's all about this sense of adventure, this sense of self-discovery as well, and then doing something new. You see the sky. This card is all sky. You know, they say the sky's the limit. 3 is all about change. There is change coming, okay? You have to have that moment of clarity. Aha! I know what's holding me back. I know what I have to release. I know the things. I know that I am distracting myself, and I need to just face the things I need to face. But you are going to be good. Oh, yeah. And yeah. Oh, wow. So, clarified, you got the Tower. To be honest, I'm not going to lie. You need it. Didn't you? And you all, I think you got the Tower before too. Didn't you get it in a few weeks ago? But even still, look though. 3 of Wands, the Tower, and then the 6 of Cups. This is actually really great. So you have a very interesting spread, Gemini. I'm not going to lie, because you have 2 very powerful figures in your future. You have the King of Wands and the Emperor, and in between, you have the 3 of Swords. And so there is going to be a sense of almost like out with the old, in with the new. But the thing that out with the old, some of y'all, it may be have an emotional impact on you. And it may not even be that. It could even just be like you getting that job that you want, that pays triple the salary, you get to work from home, etc., etc. But that painful part is that the company that you're with, you're gonna miss your colleagues, and you had so much fun with them, and you know what I mean. Like, it's hard to say goodbye to yesterday, kind of, voice to man. Anyway, but then it just, once you get over, you're just going to feel so empowered. You're going to be in this position where you're in charge of your own destiny. When I say this full moon in Aries is very powerful, it is very powerful. So ride that wave, okay? Do what you need to do to let things go. Have that purge. Sayonara. Say goodbye to the thing. Hit the road, Jack, right? To the things that are not bringing you pleasure. And have that awareness, okay? Now, and your final outcome, there's something new coming. And you're going to have a Tower moment, okay? Tower, by the way, I don't want you to think that it's a bad thing, okay? The Tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, all right? What comes after the Tower? The Star, okay? Secondly, what's still standing? The Tower. Thirdly, we're going to call them flashes. You see the 12 flashes over here? You see the 10 over here? Representing the zodiacs. There's in the tree of life, there's 10 spheres, okay? And so you got 12, you got 10. 12 plus 10, 22. There's 22 paths in the tree of life. You see the lightning strike in the tree of life. There's a flashing sword. There's a flashing light. This is fated, okay? And this is fated because things have just been like, for you. And so with the Wheel of Fortune in your external factors area, all this luck coming through, it's bringing this Tower moment, this fated moment that's saying, Gemini's been stuck a little bit. Gemini's been stuck a little bit. This is a week of their full moon in Aries and also big, heavy time, okay? There's things they've got to let go. If they don't let it go, we're going to do it for them. And it's going to be the best thing for them. Okay? The best thing for you. All right? So keep that in mind. So something very unexpected may happen. Something that you could see unfavorable or challenging at the moment, at the time. But just know that it was actually the best thing for you. And you will have that realization that always happens with Tower moments. Okay? Never fear the Tower card. So many people fear the Tower card. It's for you. It's to help you, okay? It's to help you get out of these situations that may be like sticky, right? And the other reason why you should never fear the Tower card is because when you fear the Tower card, you're already building a blockage for yourself by having that fear. Why would you do that to yourself? Never fear it. Never fear the Tower card. And don't let any reader try to make you feel like, oh, this is really... No. Life is not a Disney movie. We have challenges every day. Every single person on this planet has challenges every day, okay? So, and y'all, again, Geminis have been going through it, so it's almost like y'all want this. Y'all want, like, some things to just, all right, this needs to end, and I want this new beginning because I have been going through it. And then you got the Six of Cups, which is one of the best. You know, if you're a subscriber, you know it's one of my favorite cards. It's all about kindness. It's all about sharing here. It's all about the tapping into your inner child, having that. Think about that. Think about when you were a kid. Think about, so much innocence, so much joy. This is what this card is. This Tower moment is letting you put down your guard. This card is all about protection. It's the biggest house in tarot, indicating the most protection, indicating a lot of security, safety. You're good. You're good. Okay. So the Tower moment is bringing you to a place where you can again put down your guard. Okay. In fact, I'm going to show you something here. Look at my finger. Look at that man in the corner, the hidden man. Look at him walking away. It's a guard. The kids don't need him. You can put down your guard. He's walking away. So the Tower moment is bringing this sense, and it's going to bring, for a lot of y'all, a really big sense of nostalgic moments. There could be some things that you go back to that brought you a lot of joy, okay? And I want you to ask yourself, and where in your life do you want that? Where in your life do you want to manifest that? Where in your life do you feel like you're already feeling it? Okay. What's really interesting, again, I'm going to give you a little heads up. I never do this, but I am going to do like a 3-month ahead reading for every sign soon. So I'm going to say it anyway, but in December, Mercury is going retrograde again. And this is late December. But it's retrograding in Capricorn. And so we already had a Mercury retrograde in Capricorn January of this year. And so, again, you may see some sort of similar pattern from what happened in January. And January was such a slow, kind of like nothing was really happening month for y'all, but it was at that time Jupiter was in Aries. Okay, so again, your social you could have been having a lot of fun. It's your social network, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, but also your hopes and wishes. So there could have been something you were thinking about around that time. Anyway, I'm only bringing that up because we are moving in that direction, but there's a lot of nostalgia that's associated with this card as well. Okay, and nostalgia research has been proven, like any top source, right? Harvard, MIT. Research has proven that nostalgia does bring, improve your quality of life, improve mental health, improve your well-being, all of that, okay? So you're actually really good here. You're actually really good. There's going to be some moments where you're like, oh, this is going to be really hard. And this Tower moment, on a scale, some Geminis may feel like it was just like a 1 or a 2 out of a 10. Okay. Some Geminis may feel a little bit harder, but again, it's one of those things where you will appreciate that it happened because you're going to look back at it and say, actually, that was like really great. Look at where it put me. This was amazing. Okay. Because the job, again, like it could be like the fact that, and the only reason I'm bringing up career is because it is a big thing for a lot of Geminis, but it can be a relationship, whatever resonates with you. But it's like, if you, for instance, are let go from your job and you see it like, oh my gosh, and you freak out from it, it's because it's making room for a better job for you in the future. Okay. For a, like more of a dream job, something that is going to be better. You have the King of Wands and the Emperor in your future. So, and then you see that the Tower moment is followed by the Six of Cups. And right before the Three of Wands. I mean, all about change. I mean, this is, you can expect change. You can expect change with this full moon in Aries. Oh my goodness, how long have I? Okay, Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Thanks. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Really helps my channel grow. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much. You know I love you. Thanks so much for being here. Next week, I am doing October. I do your October forecast. October, very, very different month. Very, very different month from September. Okay. Eclipse, 2 eclipse month. We have 2 eclipses that are really, 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 really big. They're really big. Okay. So Gemini, let's, I'll end this now. See, this is the Gemini. You can tell that I'm a Gemini rising, right? Can't you? I can just, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go. Gemini, thanks again. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.